Hey folks, happy Memorial Day. A day that we should treat with extreme reverence for the sacrifice that were made by our soldiers, men, women, over the years. Those that gave their all. They threw their lives on the line and lost it. That's what this day is about. It's not necessarily a day of firecrackers and hot dogs and cookouts and stuff like that. It's a day that we should take time and remember the great sacrifices that have been made by those that come before us. I never served in the military. I have quite a few friends that did. That's maybe sometimes I think of that as a regret that I did not try to serve our country. A little too old to hook up with it now, though. But let's just take a few minutes today and remember those that gave their all, the families that lost so much. Precious sons and daughters, husbands, wives, aunts, uncles, grandfathers that never got to see their grandchildren. We've all been affected by one way or the other. While we're talking, I'm working on my sheep shears today. It being an overcast day, and plus it's got to be done. I'm gonna try to shear the sheep. Now, any of you want to be homesteaders? If you want to know fun, I mean really want to know fun, go buy you a wool sheep that you can shear once a year. It's just a lovely experience. And they get trash or at least ours does, because we're not trying to harvest wool. So I've got these shears that a buddy of mine has let me borrow over an extended point of time. Thanks, David. And they've gotten kind of dull, so I'm going to try to sharpen them up. Now, what I'm going to try to do is just put these things on a flat stone and just hone them out using some honing oil and, of course, water displacement number 40. And see if I can't get them a little bit sharper, because last year when I shorn that sheep, it wasn't fun. It's not fun anyway, but when your shears won't shear, it makes it even worse. I got old Blue up here. I got a tire that keeps going flat on me. I'm gonna have to take it and get that thing plugged, I reckon. I took a beehive up to my friend's house yesterday, and I had to use old Blue with the carry-all on the back to get the beehive up here to the house. Get you a tractor, folks. I'll see if I can't make that my thumbnail. So anyway, getting back to what we need to realize happened, the great sacrifices that was made on this day. Like I said, I've never served in the military. I got some friends from school that did. I got relatives that did. As far as I know, I don't know anyone that lost their lives in defending this country. And I know there's been a lot of time when we've been involved with stuff that we probably shouldn't have been involved with, but that's just the way it went. But now I did know a few men that served in World War II. They're gone now. One of them was Raymond Woodall. Raymond might have weighed $125. And all my memory of him, he was just a skin and bones. And I don't think he changed much from the time he was, military age. But went to church with him, and with his branch kin, Florine, his wife. Lord, I'd have to get the family Bible down to figure it out, but we were related through Florine, his wife. And he told Dad about, he was in the Pacific, and he told Dad about when he got processed home after the war. See, now you didn't get sent home if you served X amount of time. You come home when the war's over, when you're dead, or there wasn't enough of you left to fight. That's when they sent you home. But anyway, at least that's the way I understand it. like I said, I wasn't there. But he told Dad about when he got processed out. They was on a train from the West Coast, and he said they shipped him back into Atlanta down here. And the drill sergeant, the officer, whatever it was in charge of the train, had given specific instructions that nobody gets off that train until all the paperwork is in order and we tell you to. And so Raymond told Dad about coming into the station down there, and as they started in, he started getting his backpack, that gunny sack, what do you call it, together. And the guy that was sitting there with him, he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm fixing to get off this train." He said, "They said we ain't getting off till they tell us to." And Raymond let the window down. He said, "As soon as this train slows down enough," he said, "I'm throwing this backpack out." He said, "I'm going behind it." He said, "I know where I'm at. I can walk home from here." And then I reckon that's what happened. I mean, you know, we don't have any other recollection of anything going on. Then I had a great uncle, Hugh Vaughn. He was in the Pacific as well. He told Daddy that when he was stationed in New Guinea, that he slept in foxholes where all he had above the water was his face. And he come home with bad shell shock. Daddy said they was having to get together after he got home, and the screen door slammed on the house. And he said Hugh jumped 10 foot. Said his whole demeanor changed as soon as that screen door slammed. And back then they called it shell shock, but what do they call it now? PTSD, or, you know, post-traumatic PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah, but they got to come home. You know, it's coming home is a good thing. I'm at my home now. We've been here almost 30 years, I guess. We've been blessed by God to have what we have. I'll give all the credit to God, and I'm not a millionaire. I owe money just like everybody else, but I feel like God has blessed me with what I have, and I'll give him credit for it. But you know, just like going on vacation, you really want to go on vacation, and it seems like it takes forever. But coming home, it seems like it takes twice as long to come home, because you really want to get home. You want to get home. I want to get to sleep in my own bed, sit in my own chair. Well, you know, I lived with my mom and dad till I was 27 years old. That was my home. But it's not the same now that Dad's gone. It's not the same. And, you know, going home is something that if you leave home, I've got another video I'm going to make one of these days about a story that I heard. If I can ever get where I can recite it without squalling. But sometimes when you leave home under distress. And you want to go back home just to maybe iron things out. And I encourage anybody out there who has ill feelings or bad blood that you work that stuff out. You know, I've got a plan next year. I'm going to start renovating, restoring my pasture. I'm going to aerate it, fertilize it, reseed it. That's my plan for next season. You know, one of these days, next season ain't gonna come. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Just by my fault, by accident, just by my time being up. One of these days, one of these seasons, next season ain't gonna come. So you need to go back home when you can and make amends and make sure that everything's good. Now, you may have to swallow your pride. You may have to eat a big old plate of crow, but while you have the opportunity, go back home. Just like old Raymond said, I know where I'm at. I can walk home from here. So anyhow, let's take time to get on our bended knee and thank the supreme architect of the universe, the master of all things, for his blessings on us. Whatever religious affiliation you are, if you know the value of prayer, you need to thank God that there was people, men and women, that were willing to throw it all on the line. They were called upon, and they answered that call. and they paid with their life so that we could have a Ford 2000 and be out here sharpening sheep shears on the day that we've set aside to remember those outstanding individuals. Y'all stay tuned for more interesting comments about can I go home? Because like I said, I got a video I'm gonna share as soon as I get where I can share it without squalling like a baby. So anyway, I'm burning daylight. It's kind of overcast. It's the best kind of weather there is for shearing sheep. Y'all push that like button. If you enjoy my channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd be quite happy to have you as a subscriber. And check out my wife's channel. I've let's see, Be Thankful with Christy Eubanks, I think is the title of it. I got to figure out how to tag her in this. But anyway, so since my clicker no longer works for me, it seems to work for her sometimes, but not me. I'm gonna get over real close where I can reach up here and tell y'all bye-bye and click this button. I'll see y'all later.